What if I told you that somewhere in our solar system, there's a planet where the sky rains diamonds, another with winds faster than sound, and a moon that might be hiding an alien ocean beneath its icy shell? Buckle up, because today, you're not just watching a video, you're boarding a spacecraft for the most unbelievable journey across our cosmic neighborhood. And trust me, it's weirder, wilder, and way more jaw-dropping than you ever imagined. Before we launch, if curiosity is your fuel, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because we're just getting started. Let's begin at the blazing heart of it all, the Sun, a colossal sphere of plasma so massive it holds 99.8% of all the mass in the solar system. You could fit over 1 million Earths inside it, and still have room left for dessert. But size isn't what makes the Sun truly terrifying. Deep in its core, temperatures hit 15 million degrees Celsius. That's where hydrogen atoms are crushed into helium, unleashing titanic energy that takes millions of years to reach the surface, and just 8 minutes to reach your skin. It bathes us in light, gives life to our planet, and occasionally throws tantrums. Solar flares and coronal mass ejections send shockwaves through space, creating dazzling auroras, or knocking out satellites like a cosmic temper tantrum. The Sun is majestic, but it's also volatile, and our first clue that the solar system is anything but peaceful. Next stop, Mercury. So, it's closest to the Sun, but not actually the hottest. I'll get to that in a bit. Mercury is basically a scorched rock, totally airless, and cratered just like the Moon. But here's the wild part. It hides a bizarre secret. Its day is longer than its year. That's right, Mercury spins so slowly that one full day there lasts 59 Earth days, while its year, just 88 Earth days, flies by in comparison. Temperatures swing like crazy, from 430 degrees Celsius in the daylight all the way down to minus 180 degrees at night. And, honestly, during sunrise, something mind-bending happens. The Sun rises, pauses, actually reverses direction, and then continues rising. It's like time glitches in real life. This isn't just a planet, it's a paradox floating in space. Now, get ready for a world that will, challenge everything you thought you knew about Earth-like planets. Venus, often called Earth's twin because of its size and composition. But don't be fooled, Venus is the stuff of nightmares. Its thick atmosphere is a suffocating soup of carbon dioxide, topped with clouds of sulfuric acid. The greenhouse effect here went into total overdrive. Surface temperatures can actually melt lead, around 475 degrees Celsius. It's the hottest planet in the solar system, and just to make things weirder, it spins backwards. Yeah, on Venus, the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Even stranger, a day here lasts longer than its year. Venus is a warning, a mirror reflecting what happens when a planet spirals out of balance. It's not just inhospitable, it's, well, hellish. And then, there's Earth, the only known haven for life in the universe. But is it just luck? Not quite. Earth sits in the Goldilocks zone, just the right distance from the Sun for liquid water. It has a magnetic field that shields us from solar radiation, a stable tilt, thanks to the Moon, keeping our climate in check, and, honestly, a perfect cocktail of elements that sustains everything from trees to you, watching this video right now. But here's the twist. Earth wasn't always like this. And yeah, it may not always be. What made Earth a cradle of life could disappear. The forces that shaped us are delicate, and understanding them may be the key to protecting our only home. But what if there was another Earth? A place that once had rivers, lakes, and maybe, just maybe, life. Our next stop is a dusty red world with secrets buried beneath its surface and a past that might change our future. Welcome to Mars, the red planet, dry, cold, and battered by dust storms that can engulf the entire globe. But beneath the desolation, Mars whispers of a lost world, a world that once had flowing rivers, ancient lakes, and maybe the ingredients for life. Towering above the Martian landscape is Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system, 3 times the height of Everest. Nearby stretches Valles Marineris, a canyon so vast it could swallow the United States whole. But what truly captivates scientists are signs of water ice, salty flows, and methane plumes rising mysteriously from the ground. Could there still be life, hiding underground? And the future? Mars may be our next home. But before we plant flags, we'll need to survive bone-dry air, lethal radiation, and gravity that's just 38% of Earth's. Mars dares us to dream, and challenges us to prove we can. Between Mars and Jupiter lies a cosmic scrapyard, the asteroid belt. Millions of space rocks orbit here, remnants of a planet that never formed. Some are no larger than pebbles. Others, like Ceres, are worlds in their own right. Don't imagine a scene from a sci-fi chase. These asteroids are spread far apart, but they're no less dangerous. A single rogue asteroid could spell disaster if it veered toward Earth. That's why we track them obsessively. Yet, hidden in this debris may lie answers. Some asteroids are rich in water ice and rare metals. Others could hold clues to how life began. The belt is more than rubble. It's a time capsule from the birth of the solar system. And now, we arrive at the giant, Jupiter, king of planets. Its sheer size is unfathomable. Over 1,300 Earths could fit inside it. But mass isn't Jupiter's only flex. Its magnetic field is so huge, it could roast electronics from millions of kilometers away. The planet's swirling atmosphere hosts the Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth that's been raging for centuries. Beneath the clouds, mysteries deepen. We still don't know if it has a solid core. We only know it's a churning chaos of hydrogen, pressure, and alien physics. But perhaps the biggest surprise isn't Jupiter itself, it's what orbits it. Dozens of moons, including one that might be hiding something extraordinary beneath a frozen crust. Meet Europa. At first glance, it looks like a cracked, icy marble, but beneath that frozen shell could be a vast, salty ocean, maybe twice the water of all Earth's oceans, kept liquid by the gravitational squeezing from Jupiter's mighty pull. And where there's water, there could be life. Imagine alien microbes swimming in pitch-black seas, feeding on minerals from underwater vents. It's not just fantasy. Europa is one of the top targets in the search for life beyond Earth. NASA's upcoming Europa Clipper mission will scan for plumes erupting from its surface, windows into the ocean below. If even a single living cell is found, it will change everything. Not just how we see the solar system, but how we see ourselves. But our journey's not over. In fact, it's about to get stranger, because up next is a planet with rings so enormous they'd stretch from Earth to the Moon, a place where the skies swirl in impossible patterns, and one moon might be raining hydrocarbons. Saturn, the jewel of the solar system. With rings so vast and luminous, they defy logic. These shimmering bands are made of countless ice particles, from grains smaller than sand to boulders the size of houses. And yet, they're razor thin, only about 10 meters thick in places. But Saturn isn't just beautiful, it's bizarre. A gas giant made mostly of hydrogen and helium, with winds reaching 1,800 kilometers per hour. Its density is so low, it would float in water if you could find a cosmic-sized bathtub. Look to Saturn's poles, and things get even stranger. At the North Pole swirls a perfect hexagon-shaped storm, thousands of kilometers wide. A six-sided hurricane, stable for decades, with no clear explanation. How do you even begin to understand a planet like this? And orbiting Saturn is one of the weirdest places in the universe. Titan. It's larger than Mercury and wrapped in a thick orange atmosphere. But the real twist, Titan has lakes, rivers, and rain. Except, they're made of liquid methane. This is a world where it rains gasoline, where seas glisten with hydrocarbons and mountains rise from frozen rock. Scientists believe Titan may even have a subsurface ocean, water buried beneath its icy shell. 2 oceans, 2 layers, one freezing, one potentially warm. And in that complexity might lie alien chemistry. Could Titan harbor life? Not as we know it, but perhaps as we've never imagined. NASA's Dragonfly mission, launching soon, will land a flying drone on Titan's surface to find out. Yes, you heard that right. We're sending a drone to another world. Now brace yourself for the most tilted planet in the solar system. Uranus rolls around the Sun like a bowling ball tipped on its side. Its axial tilt is 98 degrees, likely the result of a colossal collision long ago. This icy giant is a ghostly blue-green, thanks to methane gas that absorbs red light. And though it looks calm, it hides some of the coldest temperatures in the solar system, down to -224 degrees Celsius. Uranus has rings, over 24 moons, and a magnetic field so warped it flips wildly in and out of the planet's atmosphere. Think of it as a slow-spinning, frozen enigma, one we've barely begun to understand. We've only visited it once, in 1986. And then, there's Neptune, the dark, distant brother of Uranus, a world of howling winds and deep blue storms. The fastest winds in the solar system roar here, over 2,000 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a speeding bullet. Neptune's atmosphere is thick with methane, but its interior may harbor exotic ices and perhaps even diamond rain, as carbon is crushed under immense pressure. It once had a storm the size of Earth called the Great Dark Spot. But when the Hubble Space Telescope looked again, years later, it was gone. A storm that size vanished without a trace. Neptune is a mystery in motion, untamed, unpredictable, and utterly alien. And orbiting it is one of the strangest moons in existence. Triton orbits Neptune backwards, a clear sign that it didn't form there, but was captured. This moon spews geysers of nitrogen into space, hinting at heat beneath its icy surface. It might even have an underground ocean, heated by tidal forces. Another potential refuge for life, hiding in the cold. But Triton's retrograde orbit also means one thing: it won't stay there forever. Eventually, Neptune's gravity will tear it apart, creating new rings in the far future. A celestial tragedy waiting to unfold. We've crossed the realm of giants, winds, and ice, but there's one more stop, a place once called the 9th planet, a world of mystery, exile, and a giant heart carved into its frozen surface. Beyond Neptune, beyond the solar winds, lies a world of exile. Pluto. Once the 9th planet, now reclassified as a dwarf. But don't let the title fool you. Pluto is a place of epic stories. When NASA's New Horizons spacecraft flew past in 2015, we saw Pluto up close for the first time. And what it revealed stunned scientists. Towering ice mountains, vast plains of frozen nitrogen, and right in the center, a gigantic heart-shaped region stretching 1,500 kilometers wide. But this isn't just symbolism. That heart, called Sputnik Planitia, may cover an underground ocean, which means even Pluto, this tiny distant world, might have liquid water, might have the ingredients for life. And here's the poetic twist. The farther we go, the more we realize the solar system doesn't get emptier, it gets more mysterious. Past Pluto lies the Kuiper Belt, a vast ring of icy bodies and forgotten debris. Pluto is just the beginning. Out here float other dwarf planets, Eris, Haumea, Make, some with their own moons, some possibly hiding more secrets than we can imagine, and beyond even that, the Oort cloud, a hypothetical shell of frozen objects, trillions of icy bodies, like silent sentinels at the edge of the sun's dominion. No spacecraft has ever been there, but it's believed to be the birthplace of long-period comets. In the grand silence beyond, our star becomes a mere pinprick of light. And yet, this is still just our backyard. Beyond this edge begins true interstellar space. So what did we learn from this unbelievable journey? That every world has a story, every planet a personality, every moon a mystery, and together they form a solar system more strange, violent, beautiful and alive than fiction could ever invent. The sun may be the center, but the soul of this place? It's in the chaos, the contrast, the possibility, and maybe, just maybe, the next story in this cosmic saga will be ours. If your mind was blown, your curiosity sparked, and your love for space ignited, smash that like button. Share this video with a fellow space nerd. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to BrainPopcorn, where we turn curiosity into cinematic journeys. What was your favorite stop on this cosmic ride? Drop it in the comments. We read every one. And until our next adventure through the strange, the unexplained, and the absolutely mind-melting, keep looking up. This is BrainPopcorn, feeding your brain, one spark at a time. See you in the stars.